Hello, this is Shawn Borri of Borri Audio Laboratories. We are going to trim the ends of this recording blank. This is a wax cylinder recording blank similar to an Edison record. It is made of a metallic soap formula used from 1889 to about 1910 or so when they changed to a black wax 4-minute blank. This is a spiral core blank just like an original. This is the large end. We are going to have to cut the ends off and make it the right size. This is just a good representation of what a rough blank out of the mold looks like. The first operation is to get the fin off the very ends of the record. That's our next operation, is to get the fin off of the inside of the record. This is our parting tool that we will be using. It is made out of a phonograph needle in a dowel. This is paper spacer used to space the mandrel when you insert the blank to trim it. So now we are going to get the fin out of the large end of the cylinder blank. So that is what we are doing at this point. We are not changing any spirals, just the very fin that is on the edge of the blank. Now we are going to take the fin out of the other end of the blank. This way, when we insert our mandrel, it will not be hindered by any changes that would be on the ends of the blank. As you see right now, the blank is so large that it will not fit on the mandrel, even a dictation machine mandrel at this point. This is a standard phonograph mandrel from an Edison standard phonograph. It is used to ensure that it doesn't wobble, so there's no wow or flutter when you use the recording blank. Because what good is that if your blank flutters? So extreme caution is taken to ensure a very good fit on your phonograph mandrel. Now I am marking the position where we are going to cut on the large end of the blank. This may change at times because sometimes when we cut off the first end, it might migrate a little bit away from or towards that large end of the blank. Now we are marking the thin end of the blank a little bit over on each end for compensation during the trimming operations. Now we are putting the paper spacer on the mandrel of the shaving machine. This ensures that the record does not flop around so much during the trimming operations. The Edison factory originally had trimming machines such as this, except they had automatic knives run by a handlebar. And here we are using a phonograph needle on a dowel. The first operation is to trim the left end of the blank, so it will be easier to trim the large right end of the blank. So now we are taking off a ring on the left end of the blank, and the spacer has made it possible so that the record does not flop on the mandrel of the phonograph. This piece of equipment dates from about 1906. In the factory, which I will include a clip of the shaving, reaming, and shaping room from Edison's original factory around 1900. As you can tell, we have now trimmed the thin end or the left end of the phonograph blank. These are made similar to how Edison blanks would have been made around 1900, from 1889 to about 1900 for commercial records. We always check the fit on the phonograph mandrel. Notice we have left a little bit overhang on the left end for further finishing operations. Notice that there is no wiggle of any kind. A very precision mold is used, so that very little reaming, if any, is necessary. This is a spiral core blank. As the originals, all things are go to now cut off the right end of the blank, the large end. Notice how efficiently the parting tool works. This video is made in real time. This is actually how long it takes to finish a blank. We are not shaving the blank. We are not shaving the blank. We are just finishing up the ends on it. Now, the right end of the blank has departed. As you can see, there's the piece of the right end of the blank. You might ask why I would make such a video. Well, there is really only 3 places in the world that you could ever see this operation being done. There are 3 persons in the world who make phonogram blanks. I try to make my blanks, I'm Shawn Borri, as close to an original Edison recording blank as possible, from the formula, which is an aluminum metallic soap, to the shape and process. As you can see, the finishing operation is about 13 minutes long. That is not including shaving, which is about 25 minutes to a half an hour. The initial batch of wax takes 1 3-hour session and 2 2-hour sessions to make. So 7 hours to make each batch of wax. Blanks take about an hour each to mold. As you can see, there's much that is going in to making a phonograph blank for you. Right now we are coving the left end of the blank to make it attractive and also to function. Checking and adjusting. Now you can see the ends shaping up. We again test it on the phonograph mandrel. Yes, there is a little overhang on the right end of the blank. And that is because at Borri Audio Laboratories, we like to make our blanks as large as possible, so you can record a little more time. Even at 160, our blanks average about 230. At Borri Audio Laboratories, our blanks will fit about 2 minutes and 30 seconds, as opposed to 2 minutes and 15 seconds of a standard size blank, and these will fit any wax cylinder 2-minute phonograph. It can also be used as wax masters. Notice how nice the ends are at this stage. We have just shaped the ends. This is a polishing tool. It has a piece of rubber on the end of a dowel rod. It's the best method I have found to polish the wax. You can use your finger. A finger works pretty good, but it can burn the end of your finger using it to polish the end of the blank, and a piece of rubber does the job just fine. Now I am polishing the left end of the blank. So now the blank will season for 30 days, which is a must for proper work on the phonograph, that the wax can harden for 30 days to get the best sound. This is the finishing operation as far as making the ends on a wax cylinder, which is actually an illuminated metallic soap, that all of our blanks that you see in these videos are not made from old records. They are not made from dictaphone blanks. They are made from raw materials. The ingredients are all combined, the material is molded, and the blank is processed as you see. It has the spiral double helix spiral core, just like the original Edison blanks. So now this blank is being tested to fit on the mandrel, as you saw in the various operations of this. You notice that there is a little gap there, and the reason why we have a gap on the left end is so that when you heat the blank on your recording phonograph, it can go to the left just slightly more as the blank expands and you record on it. So we want to make sure that it fits all phonograph mandrels properly. If you notice, this is an original Edison gold molded record. The right end is even with the end. However, there is a larger gap on the left end of the mandrel. There's also a little bit more recording time on Borri Audio Laboratory blanks, and notice that there is not such a space at the left end with Borri Audio Laboratory blanks. I hope you have learned something new about the manufacture of wax cylinders. And this scrap wax will be remelted and made into new cylinders. There is no waste here. Shavings, trimmings, all go back into making new cylinders. Up on the shaving machine are some records waiting to be rough shaven. They have sat for 30 days.